Hey up, bonjour. Well, today's video we're going to go along this disused railway line to an old mine. Our location is between Chomsey-Cray and Saint-Beaumaire-les-Forges, Department 61, Lower Normandy. And this disused railway line, it remained open till 1991, but the last recognised service was October 1990. And until the late 70s, mid 80s, this was heavily used for freight for the iron ore. So as always, here we go! So just a little bit up the line, we've come to the first level crossing, which is that one here. And as we look round, this was the first railway station after trains had left Domfront. And this was shared between two towns, Chomsey-Cray and Saint-Beaumaire-les-Forges. I remember when this beech hedge was planted only a couple of years ago. It was a tiny thing, but look at it now. Unfortunately it hides the railway station. But if we just close up a little bit, you can just make out the lettering Saint-Beaumaire, Chomsey-Cray. From this angle we can see the railway station from behind, and we can just make out that blue panel, the original panel for the SNCF. Now 4 kilometres from where I set off, here's an old railway crossing barrier. We go to this side. There he is. We'll continue along this line to the mines. Looking back from the level crossing, that's the cycle path that continues down there. And in this shed, I did a recce on this a couple of weeks ago and I just couldn't believe it when I found this. Inside here, I'm glad I've got this tripod. Hopefully you can make that out. There's actually a locomotive in there. Let me just pan that round. So yeah, I was quite surprised to see this. And if I just look down carefully, you can see the old tipper buckets, which they used to put the iron ore in. We'll just pan back up, just gently tilt it the right way, and this is the goods shed for this locomotive. So if we just pan round, we've got this panel here, we can actually see the locomotive. See if we can just make that out through this grill fencing. And at the top there you can see one of them tipper buckets. We're definitely going to fly the drone over this. And at the back of the small railway shed is the back end of the locomotive. And the railway track still exists. Just they're getting stung by nettles. And as you can see, the wagons used to be reversed under here and loaded. Looking back where the engine shed is, along there, you can just make out the railway. I worked out when I last came here, that's the cycle track opposite to the right, that this here on the left hand side was a group of sidings, and where that picnic bench is an information sign, and that's when I found out something else which we'll come to in a minute. So what shall we do? We'll just fly the drone over here and see what this place looks like from above. Whoops, we're leaving that locomotive shed behind us. This is where two sets of lines used to come down. The cycle path to the right continues onto Flare. And it was when I did that recce a couple of weeks ago, it was only I realised that this area to the left, there was a small railway that went down there. Now obviously everybody continues on the main cycle path. What we'll do, we'll have a look at this information panel first. So there we have it. That's the actual locomotive, number 177, and it still remains in that hut. Like I said, it was the late 70s, early 80s, this line closed to freight, and you can see the large wagons that would have been filled up with the iron ore. There's a diesel locomotive that would carry the freight out of here. And here is the old railway station, Le Châtelier. Now that railway station is only just up there, and that's the second railway station after Domfront, after Saint-Beaumer, Champs-Écrans. So what we'll do, we'll quickly go up there, film that railway station, and then go down this, it's a bumpy track. I hope this stabilising tripod does its job. And then we'll go off to the mine. We're now approaching the railway station, the Châtelier. Now this was a busy place. Obviously this was where a lot of the miners lived. We'll just go through this little level crossing. Just spotted the old original kilometre sign. So on the right hand side you can see the railway station. The grass wasn't cut last time, so I didn't see that. And to the left is the old railway station, Le Châtelier. So left and right we've got platforms. And the old railway sign's gone. It would have been on that plaque up there. The old railway lamp's still visible. And this is the front of the railway station. So what I'll do, I'll head off back down there and we'll go on to the line to the mine. Like I say, it does get a little bit bumpy along here. So there's the railway shed in front of you, and then I'm going to carefully swing round here. Oh, it's all great fun one-handed. Along here. So So I'll keep this video going until we go underneath the main road. Oh, like I said, it's a bit bumpy. So here we go!
Vroom, vroom, it's a car. Choo, choo, it's a train. Bounce, bounce, it's a ball. Hello, hello, it's a doll. Vroom, vroom, it's a car. Choo, choo, it's a train. Bounce, bounce, it's a ball. Hello, hello, it's a doll.
Whew. Now I've slowed down a bit. Now we've come across one of the first buildings hidden by all these trees and ivy. So this will be the end of the line for that locomotive, and I've been down there and I'm not going to do it again. There's a rail that goes underneath this building. What we'll do, we'll go around and have a look. So coming up that steep climb, the building's more visible now. Okay, so I've just climbed to the top of this track, and as you can see, the ground is very red, and I take it this will be the iron ore. So we'll go up that track there and we'll see if we can get to that top of that building. Okay, ready to go. So as we continue down this track, it becomes this hard surface. So I'm guessing this is where the lorries used to be coming down to load the iron ore into the wagons. As you can see, it's quite red. And as we just turn this corner, there is the big building from above. And I guess this is where the wagons would back up, reverse, then tip the iron ore into this building, and everything would drop into the wagons below. So you can just make out the track bed down there. You can't really see because of all the undergrowth, but this is a massive drop down. Oh, and let's have a look at this from inside. Like I said, I think they backed up here. Or now it's just full of garden rubbish and all sorts in here, and it would have all been tipped in here into the wagons. See if we can see any. No, it's just full of rubbish. Right, so what we'll do, we'll continue round this track. And there's another massive building that we're going to have a look at in a moment and then send the drone up. Right, now we're at the top and we've come across this circular construction. Now, hopefully I can confirm this when I send the drone up, but I think there was a railway on top of there with those tipper buckets. Well, we'll confirm that when we send the drone up. What I'm going to do is go down this bramble path and see what we can find over there. So this structure pans round, like I said, in a semicircle, right round to the left. Just get through this little gap. You can see how high it is. Right, we'll enter through here. Here is some sort of lift. There's levers to the right hand side. We could just make out that structure as I stumble over this tree and have a look in here. Let's have a look around the corner. See, it's not easy to get round here. Right, as I stumble through the brambles, I'll get back to my bicycle. I've left that unattended. It's got all my kit in it. Yep, it's always overgrown. I've walked about another 100 metres down the track, and there's a junction here, left, and down there to the right. Like I said, this should all come clear when we send the drone over.
Let's go!
Vroom, vroom, it's a car. Choo choo, it's a train. Bounce, bounce, it's a ball. Hello, hello, it's a doll. Vroom, vroom, it's a car. Choo choo, it's a train. Bounce, bounce, it's a ball. Hello, hello, it's a doll. Vroom, vroom, it's a car. Choo choo, it's a train. Bounce, bounce, it's a ball. Hello, hello, it's a doll.
That's the end of that video for the mine line. So I'm really interested to see everything from above with the drone, and yeah, interesting place. See you at the next one. Bye.